before the game, Ian Rappaport did his thing where he breaks news on a Sunday to make the day all about him. It was week 5 that he said there's nothing Trey Lance could do to win the starting job. Now, week 8, he's saying really the Niners have kind of changed their mind, and while they would have liked to have a Patrick Mahomes, Alex Smith type situation, it's just not playing out that way. And they understand they're going to get Trey Lance on the field probably at some point this year, but maybe not until they're out of it. What do you think of Rappaport sort of modifying his information on Lance?
I don't think he's modifying his information. I think it's the 49ers doing a little bit of damage control. You've lost 4 straight games in a row. You can see people are looking at you and saying you're not that good of a football team. They're looking at you sideways. They're looking at this division and they're looking at the other rookie QBs playing, and they're like, why aren't you playing this guy? And I think it's a matter of that. The Niners putting that information out because they wanted people to know no matter what happens in the Bears game, we were ahead of it. We were already considering playing Trey Lance, blah, blah, blah. I don't think there's much else to it. I think it's going to be a week-by-week evaluation from here on out. If Garoppolo continues to play like this, I don't see them switching to Lance, but I don't expect Garoppolo to continue playing like this. And I do expect them to switch to Lance. I understand that 7th playoff spot is still up for grabs. But honestly, I look at that 7th playoff spot and I look at what the team is right now, how they're playing. And I've talked about it. I think their issues go beyond the quarterback. I don't look at this team and say, damn, if Trey Lance played, they would be 6-1. But I also don't look at this team and say if Trey Lance played, they'd be 1-6. I look at it and say they're a 3-4 football team.
That's exactly where I'm at. I'm like, if they're 3-4 with Jimmy, are we really saying that they'd be worse than that? Is he that bad? Because from what I've seen, the answer is no, he's not that bad. He's not that bad. I mean, he plays the position a totally different way than Jimmy. But I think right now their results are pretty freaking similar.
Which game of these? I mean, they've won 3 games. 3 games against 3 bad teams. Which
one of these Trey Lance with this supporting cast couldn't have beat Detroit
or Chicago or Philadelphia?
Real quick, what I want to say is I have a couple questions for you. One, I understand that quarterbacks can learn things on the bench, but I think the question is, do you develop more on the bench or while playing also? And I'm sure there are things that Lance is learning right now, but I looked at Fields and I saw Fields earlier this year, and there were some times that he really struggled. To me, that he's an example of a guy who's really developing from playing. In this game, I was extremely impressed. I saw him in person, and it made me feel like the way I felt 2 years ago when I saw Kyler Murray in person for the same time. And the feeling is that's the best athlete on the field. It's pretty obvious. He can get wherever he wants, and he knows it. He can make really difficult throws, and he knows it. I mean, he's not seeing the field as well as he will in a couple of years, but he's really good, and he's improved in like a month and a half. So I guess I understand the Niners are trying to be conservative here, but I really feel like they're just missing a golden opportunity to, I don't know. I feel like they're wasting time. They're wasting time. I'm sorry. I mean, I know they feel like they can go somewhere with Jimmy, but show me that you can. Really, you beat the Bears.
I don't understand that. We've talked about it ad nauseum. And, I think you were kind of in the same place as me. And my approach is, don't tell me that a quarterback, that one of them is the correct way to develop a quarterback. Don't give me Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers to say sitting is the way to develop a quarterback, because I
can give you counter examples of people who sat and weren't good.
And don't give me David Carr or Sam Darnold as the reason why you don't start a quarterback, because
I can say Troy Aikman and Peyton Manning.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So the point is that there's no legitimate way. I think the frustrating thing is what you mentioned, right? You see a Justin Fields, and I'm a big fan of Justin Fields, so I've made sure to go back and watch all of these games. And there was a point 2 games into Justin Fields' career where I'm like, holy crap, I might have botched this. Like the pre-draft evaluation, it's tough to tell, right? Because they're crappy around him. They were running a crappy offense for him. They're not very talented around him, but he was also doing things that made you really nervous. And then you watch this game, right? And the offense suited him a bit more. And you said, wow, that's the freakiest athlete on the field, 1. Yeah. And 2, you can see the things that made him the 11th overall pick in the draft. The accuracy down the field is unbelievable. The placement on the move, the throw to Jesse James on the touchdown was an unbelievable throw. And you see those things, you see the confidence he plays with when you do these things for him. And you say you can win with that if he keeps throwing.
He's a bigger Kyler. He's really good, man. And he did, like on the interception at the end, he had Allen Robinson open over the middle. Kyler Murray did stuff like that a lot when he was younger too. You know what? How you get better at playing from the pocket, experience. Yeah. I really like. Here's the thing. Let's just put Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence to the side because the Niners never had a chance to get those guys. They basically had their choice of Trey Lance, Mac Jones, and Justin Fields. And I'm not quarreling with their choice. I would have made the same choice. But Mac Jones and Justin Fields are playing, and they're improving, and they're benefiting from their game, from their experience. And
right. I mean,
these are guys the Niners ultimately passed on so they could let Trey Lance marinate on the bench. I don't know. And when he has played, while he looks promising, he looks really raw. He looks exactly like the kind of guy who could use playing time. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth.
I don't know what else to say because, we've only seen him for a split time. The preseason with Trey Lance was a bit rough, but it was encouraging and rough. That's kind of what
very rough. But I mean, they weren't game planning, and he wasn't running very much, so you can kind of get it. Seattle was encouraging.
Seattle, third quarter was rough. Fourth quarter, how much did he improve between the fourth quarter and the third quarter? Yeah. Arizona, he started off that game, the air mail to Debo, or the interception. That was brutal.
He didn't do it again.
How much better was he in the fourth quarter of that game? And so that's my question, right? If he's getting if we're able to, I mean, we're not Kyle Shanahan, right? We're just two people who talk about this on Mondays.
Right.
But and you talk about it Monday through Sunday. But if we are able to discern an improvement with him, in such a small amount of time.
You see it in Jones, and you don't see it in Jimmy. I'm sorry, Jimmy. You do a lot of good things. You're a good quarterback, but
he's more or less maximized it.
You're
right?
maximized. That's why you are. Yes.
That's why we don't expect another performance like what he did yesterday.
No.